Welcome back to Live for Love TV. Today's the 15th day of the 12th month of the 22nd year inside the 21st century. Hope everyone's doing well out there. Today I'm going to give some friendly advice to some of the younger brothers and younger men who probably come across this video at some point. I'm not going to give any advice to men of my generation or my age group, because if the advice I'm about to give you don't already know, then it's too late. It's not going to help you. You can hear it, you can listen to it, but it's not going to help you. This is directly for younger men. You know, people will probably be your son's age if you're my age, or even your grandson's age or whatever. But to the younger men, this is really directly to you. Now, when you're talking to women, and I'm talking about women you're in personal relationships with. When you are talking to women relationships in, because communication is very important, and this is not something I'm going to deny in any way. Communication is very important, but when you're talking to women that you're in relationships with, you need to know how to talk to a woman without saying anything significant. Now, I know some women are going to say, oh, this is terrible. How could you give this advice? And they're going to get upset. And it doesn't really matter. I'm not really, I don't bow down to anybody. So I'm saying, I'm talking to the younger men. We're talking about being a man, and you need to understand why I'm saying this. You need to know how to speak to women without saying anything significant, especially about yourself or about anybody else. Because should you get into a problem with that woman, to some kind of disagreement, some war, some divorce, some argument, believe that everything you have said to her will be taken down and used in evidence against you, just like you hear the police say. That is a fact. This is how the thing goes. So the fact that you said it to her, it is real evidence, and she will use it, because that's the emotional state of a female. She will use it. Now, if you're in agreement with her, or you don't have any disagreement, she will say, I would never do that. And she wouldn't. It's the truth. She wouldn't. She would never do that while she's on side with you, while she's in a good place with you. She wouldn't do that. That's not what women do. It's when the disagreement comes that she remembers everything you ever said about yourself, about your mum, your sister, your brother, your friends, the guy across the road. It doesn't matter who it is. And that evidence will be used against you. And because you gave her that evidence, you can't complain about it. So I'm trying to give some advice to younger men to know that without saying anything too significant or anything too damning, you can speak to a woman about anything. But if you're going to start giving away your personal information about your past or anything like that, or about anybody else in your friend group, in your family group, don't be surprised when it's used against you especially after you've been advised, when most of us wouldn't have been advised this by our fathers or our elders, because for whatever reason, that advice wasn't given until you find it out yourself. So try not to do that. Now, for the females who are watching this, who get very upset by it, you have to understand that we operate from different places. A lot of females operate in anger, total from an emotional perspective. So it doesn't matter how reasonable they are when they're not angry. The question is, how will they behave once they are angry? When they are livid with you, when they totally PISS at you, how will they react then? Will they still say, oh, the things you told them in private, the secret things you told them, they wouldn't dare divulge them? No, I'm sorry to say, you won't find anybody like that. The only person that could possibly do that is somebody who's learned to rise above her emotions, even in states of anger. If she's able to do that, and I'm not saying nobody can do that, if she's able to do that, then she won't divulge those things, because she'll have her own personal strength. But you're going to be, it's like a needle in a haystack, or like the Bible says, a virtuous woman. To find somebody like that, it's going to be very, very hard for you young guys. So mark my words and take this as a word of advice from an old man. Not a grumpy old man, but an old man. Take care. Live for Love TV.